Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, June 11th, and we have some phenomenal things going on in our country right now. The newest thing, which we're going to be speaking about later on in this podcast, is that the plume of dust, which has developed and develops every year above Africa and pushes over into the Atlantic Ocean, is currently headed into the South Florida area. Dust does inhibit thunderstorm development along with shower development, and as a result, the temperatures might actually start to get hotter in the Florida area, and eventually this dust may actually make it further into the United States if what happened last year happens this year. But more importantly, this dust may prevent some of those hurricanes from forming. Once the dust starts, it pretty much sticks around here until mid-August. So this gives us a chance for heat wave development, domes of heat to develop without any interruption whatsoever once they get started. Now, we do have some tropical storm potential over the next week, so let's give it another week or so before a solid dome of heat will finally get set up here in the United States, in the Midwest, the Great Lakes area even, and parts of the East Coast. I do think we're going to be seeing a hot summer this year, and whatever we saw last week and the end of the week before is an indicator of what we're in for this summer, unless hurricanes interfere. But now that we have this dust coming in from the Sahara Desert, the chances are we will be, I'm not sure what type of effect that's going to have on the hurricane season, but it could be that we're going to phase out of the hurricanes until mid-August, and at least after next week. And if that should happen, we're going to see a solid dome of heat, especially considering the fact that the upper Midwest has drought conditions going on, so the sun is very efficient at heating things up. Today, temperatures have gone into the hundreds in Kansas, Nebraska, and Denver, Colorado, highs in the low hundreds. North Dakota, highs in the South Dakota, highs in the hundreds. Phoenix, Arizona, expecting a high of 116 degrees today, 118 degrees today for tomorrow. Las Vegas, Nevada rarely gets to 115 degrees, believe it or not, but 115, I think it only hit 115 27 times in the past however many years since record keeping began. But today, 115 degrees is expected. Temperatures reaching even hotter for tomorrow, 116 over there. Palm Springs, California seems like it's one of the hottest cities. 116 today, 119 degrees for tomorrow. Death Valley, California, going up to 126 degrees today. It's very, very serious heat, and it's there for an extended stay off in the desert southwest. Very serious stuff. Temperatures are in the 110s over a large area. Temperatures are in the hundreds as well over a large area, including much of Oklahoma, expecting highs in the hundreds, much of Kansas, and places further north than that as well. Headed over into the Midwest, temperatures have already hit 97 in Missouri. Temperatures are likely going to go into the hundreds later on today in Missouri. Temperatures going up to 101 degrees in St. Louis, Missouri this upcoming Friday. Triple-digit heat happens every single year pretty much in St. Louis, but it is not a common phenomena, and especially not in the month of June. Triple-digit heat is not common in the month of June at all in St. Louis. Usually there's an encounter of it or two in the month of July or August, but it's rare for this to take place in June. Temperatures in the 90s are common in St. Louis, but if the temperature does hit 101, that is more of a rarity. Temperatures here in the Chicago area will be going up into the mid-90s. Tomorrow, says Tom Skilling, and low 90s on Friday, but Friday we're going to see lower humidity. A high-pressure system comes out of the Canadian region for next week, and temperatures cool off, highs only in the 80s. I think we are eventually going to see a return of that dome of heat, especially after these tropical storms and hurricanes are put at rest. If this sand stuff does its trick, and then we're going to see that heat expand from the West Coast into the Midwest and the East Coast. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we'll just speak about reality right now. We have the jet stream dipping down into the mid-Atlantic area for the East Coast, bringing cooler temperatures there. Temperatures will remain that way for the next week. And we have the flooding situation. Down south, we'll be having some issues as a storm system, which might develop into a tropical storm, moves into that area shortly. I wish everybody a great day.